Why him bringing it today? You thought it was a game. It ain't. It ain't. I know what I know. Um, let's just bring it back. We're talking about somebody today, and that is Savannah Marie. I've actually never watched his entire video, just because you can already tell she doesn't know what she doesn't really know about what she's talking about. I think I watched the first couple minutes. Don't really remember. It was many months ago. And yeah, we'll see what she knows.
I am here to talk about something that is new in my life. Here we are. You already read the title, you know what this video is about. I just resigned from my position at Limelight by Alcone. I wanted to make a video partially to explain why, but mostly because when I joined Limelight, there wasn't a video for me to watch like this. There was no one saying, hey, I quit Limelight and here are the reasons. It was pretty much just a bunch of people talking the company up, talking about why it's better than this company or that company. And I thought, I guess this is the company for me. It seems great. When I joined, there were only 10,000 beauty guides. That number has grown significantly, and I don't remember what the number is now. Does it really matter? So I joined Limelight last April after many months of considering it.
I'm just gonna say it real quick. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many people are there at that date. This is a 4-year-old video, but it would be able to tell how big the company has grown, or if it hasn't grown, if it's a successful company, and that's just by knowing how many people there are in it.
I had been reached out to by a friend of mine's sister, who is the sweetest person on the planet. She's very genuine, and I knew that she wasn't like just one of those like cold messaging MLM employees or whatever you want to call them. And she
What's the deal with cold messaging? I guess I get it. Some people cold message, but it's just why are you bagging on somebody trying to get their bag? Okay.
She took the time to get to know me, and she wasn't like immediately like in my face like, hey, join Limelight. It was kind of just like, hey, I've been following you on social media for a while and you seem like you'd be perfect for this. At this time, I had only ever been with one other social networking MLM company, and that was Gold Canyon Candles. I love Gold Canyon. I've been buying them.
Okay, so she was in another MLM, and she has nothing but good things to say about it. So why is she saying they're all the worst? It's in her title. I'm curious.
My family has been buying them forever. So then I was like, I want to share my love with the world. And I tried to do the whole Gold Canyon thing. The problem there was that there was no training material for me at all. My upline gave me no training. They just threw me into it, was like, good luck. Any question I had, I don't think he even knew a lot of the answers to the questions I had. It was just not a good experience, although I still buy Gold Canyon candles.
Okay, so she's frustrated because she received no training. I feel as if you can probably get a different mentor, or you could also train yourself. You can train yourself about the company, the products, just by doing a simple research. Or if you want to learn how to sell, you can also learn how to sell. I'm not exactly sure why she's saying she was just thrown in, because again, it's an independent job where you're just selling things. So it's not like you're thrown onto the floor of a restaurant just told to go in. You're just, okay, you signed up to sell for things, and if you want to sell, sell. It's a little bit dramatic.
Because I love Gold Canyon. The reason I left that company is because you have to have a certain number of sales or they drop you. And I didn't reach that sales goal in my first period, and they dropped me, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't for me then.
Okay. So you loved it, but you didn't make the sales. So you weren't really cut out for it already in your first MLM. Continue.
Limelight is not like that. You have to hit $300 in sales with Limelight to be considered active, but they never drop you. And that's great.
Okay, so I guess she is frustrated that because if you don't meet a certain quota, you are dropped. I mean, you kind of knew what it was when you signed up, but I mean, it probably keep people from, it's a candle shop, so it's probably keep people from just buying and selling to other people and making a profit. It kind of makes sense. She's gonna get into this program, but 300 a quarter doesn't sound bad. It sounds easy. It sounds like I'm not exactly sure what Lime Life is, what they sell, but $300 to just stay in a job where you're selling things, that's just $300 a product.
I'd say ethic-wise, because if you're not active, then anyone in your downline, any sales that they make, you don't make. You have to be active in order to make sales from your downline, which attracted me because here I am thinking like, okay, so I'm not just working to make someone else rich who isn't doing anything. The people that I'm helping make money for are also working very hard. So that was something that drew me in, because I felt like with Golden Canyon I didn't get that. Although I might have, I didn't have the training, I
don't know why she's assuming the person at the top is just reaping the benefits. And it also really, it's kind of like they're painting this picture of some endless line, and it isn't. You can only divide money so much, and it really depends the products you're selling and how many people are even selling.
Told this friend, I just left Gold Canyon and it wasn't a good experience. I don't think I'll join another MLM. And she pretty much was like, okay, cool. And then something clicked in my head where I was like, well, people are always asking me and commenting on my pictures and my videos and stuff, like asking me for makeup advice. And I was like, well, I could sell makeup. Like I felt like at that time that I was good enough at what I do with my own face that people might listen to anything that I say. And one thing I forgot.
Okay, so she's starting off that she thought she would be good at it because she's good at makeup, and that means, or she's assuming that means that she might be good at something, at doing it for other people.
Forgot to mention is that this friend of mine had sent me samples of Limelight foundations, and I fell in love with them. I wore them on stage at a concert, and I was...
So she likes the product, no problem with the products.
Like, this is the best stuff I've ever used. Still is. I guess I should have said this before, but I did not leave Limelight because of the quality of products. I love their products. I love their foundation and concealer. 100%. I will never use anything else for like a good day. Like, I still use drugstore foundation like when I'm going to work or something, but if I'm going to a party or like a get together, or especially if I'm on stage with my band under the hot lights, sweating, all that, their foundation and concealer, top notch. I mean, and I would still recommend it. Although what I came to realize is that...
Okay, so nothing bad about the product. No complaints whatsoever. She would still wear it. In the title, it's called Why I Quit Limelight /Limelight by Alcone, and Why MLMs Are the Worst. I'm not sure if this is the original title, but this is the title. She has 81k views. She likes the product, but she's saying it's the worst. Okay.
While I was selling Limelight, they're not for everybody. Those foundations and concealers that I had built up, and I was like, these are amazing. I had some close friends of mine, eventually buy them from me, and they didn't like them. This was all a learning experience for me too. And I learned a lot about different people's skin and different products that work for other people. What a lot of the people in Limelight were trying to say was that this makeup is for everyone. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's just not. No makeup is for everyone. While it
Okay, so she's just mad. I mean, not mad, sorry. So she is frustrated, or became frustrated that the makeup wouldn't work for other people, and basically people are saying they didn't like it. It happens. I mean, you have to assume most things, if not everything, is not for everybody. Okay, well, let's keep hearing what her point was.
lasts a long time and it wears really well. I have one very close friend who has like acne scars and oily skin, and she ended up having to use a lot of the foundation to build up in order to wear it, and she ran out of it really fast. I didn't have that problem. I'm still on my first thing of foundation that I bought probably 6 to 8 months ago. It lasts a really long time for me, but I don't have bad skin issues. I don't have to use very much to get the coverage that I want. It's just things like that. Anyway, back to the whole reason.
I don't know how that would be something that the company control. It's all depending on the user, right? And for that specific problem, that it runs out faster for her because she uses more. How is that the company's fault?
I like joined. You know, I knew I liked the foundations, and I had read reviews on the other makeup that they had, watched videos, and generally they get pretty good reviews. So I thought, like, okay, these products pretty much sell themselves, so why not take a stab at making some extra money and selling them, and all I have to do is put it on my face and people will want to buy it. That wasn't the case, and
so she thought it was gonna be easy. She said it right here herself. Wow, I wish I watched these watch these videos a little bit earlier, but I'm actually happy I'm actually reacting to it now. It probably would have been something different. But she is telling us right now that she thought that she just put it on her face and it automatically people are gonna ask her to buy it. What? Who really does that? If anything, beauty products are the hardest to sell because people have strong preferences for beauty and self-care items. So you have to be really good at that. And you have to try, you can't just wear it on your face and walk out and think people are just gonna flock to you to buy it from you. No, you have to maybe do makeup tutorials on YouTube, on Facebook Lives. You actually have to work.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was led to believe when I was coming into the company. I was told multiple times, these products sell themselves. Just go live on Facebook every once in a while, post some pictures, talk about Limelight, they'll sell themselves. And I thought, you know, like, I mean, I'm into this. Why wouldn't anyone else be? I think...
I'm not exactly sure I mean, maybe they're just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's not really giving exact examples, but no, it's not easy. You don't just go on Facebook Live. You have to work. You don't just do it a couple times. People want consistency. As you know, you post every week on your channel.
What it is that, Limelight or not, any MLM company will use that to draw you in. These products sell themselves. No, they don't. There are a lot of factors that go into why a product sells, and a lot of people...
Yes, and you obviously thought it was easy, and it's not. Sorry, it wasn't. So now you think MLMs are the worst because it wasn't easy? It's a sales job. You have to actually go out and sell.
People, I noticed that, you know, they didn't want to spend the money on these expensive makeup products, and I get it. Recently, I started going back to...
Okay, people don't want to buy, but you have to be a salesperson and get them to buy. There's a couple quotes about really good salesperson, but salespeople. But if it's a really good salesperson, they could sell you a pen, any pen. And it was actually one time I went to an interview. This is the first and only time this has ever happened. Whoever I was interviewing just pulled out a pen and was like, "Sell me this." What? I mean, it was like an $8 an hour job. But I don't know if I got it or not. I don't really remember where it was. I couldn't do that. I know I can't direct sell. I learned different ways to sell, but I really am not that good of a seller. You have to talk to people. You have to be creative. You have to be persistent a little bit. I have definitely met a lot of people that have pressured me into buying things. So that's the good salesperson to me.
Drugstore mascara, because as much as I loved the Limelight mascara and I thought it was great, and you know, if someone was buying it for me, I'd love to keep wearing it, I just didn't think that I couldn't find what it did in another mascara at the drugstore for cheap.
Okay, so she just doesn't like the prices. just get a different brand. I mean, any business is, they're gonna have different prices, so you're just mad about the price. Okay.
Cheaper. That's when I started kind of crumbling in Limelight. I started thinking to myself, well, I can't like actively sell this mascara to people when I'm not even using it myself. And like I said, I would use it.
Yes, you can't. No, you can't. If you're selling beauty products, you probably want to wear them, have worn them. If not, you pretend like you wear it. Talk like you wear it. Like it's the best thing you have had in your life. That's what a salesperson is.
If it were just like actively given to me, but that wasn't the case. It was a $20 tube of mascara, and
okay, so she won't, if it was free. You're not an employee, and even then, I'm sure it could be a deduction for you. It's an independent contracting job. It's a business expense. Sorry you didn't have money. Sorry you weren't selling enough things to buy the mascara. A you problem.
And I stopped buying it. And the other thing too is that their eyeshadows are amazing. They are super pigmented, super blendable. I love them, but they are so expensive. They just came out with a shimmer palette, and I think it has like maybe 8 shimmer shadows. I don't remember. I'm a bad beauty guide. I stopped. I lost interest a while ago, guys, but so I really can't remember off the top of my head how many colors are in this palette, but it's like an $80 palette and you get like 6 or 8 colors. Like that is so insane to me.
I know people that pay more. So why can't the business charge the price they want to? Yes, they're expensive. May go sell for a cheaper brand. Yeah, it would be hard to sell makeup that you don't buy. So I would recommend you to have money before investing into this business, investing time for, yeah.
To me, their black and their dark brown are 2 colors that I never found anywhere else that worked that way. The rest of them, you can find dupes for them that work just as well, and they're way cheaper. And these are the things that I started realizing. I cannot knowingly try to sell these to people when there are cheaper alternatives. That, and I didn't really like that there really wasn't that much of a variety of try to sell these to people when there are cheaper alternatives.
Oh, okay, that's what she said. There's always going to be cheaper prices somewhere else, and most of the time you're sacrificing quality. Maybe it can be a perfect dupe, but you'd also have to buy the dupe and test it. Maybe you'll lose money buying that dupe that wasn't worth it. It's just, she was bringing up points that I don't know why she's just mad. I mean, I try not to say it, she's just mad, but she seems really bothered by certain things that really the company doesn't have control over. I mean, yeah, they have control over prices, but that's their prices. I'm sorry you can't afford them, or you'd prefer not to, but if you're working for that company and you can't afford them and you're supposed to sell their products, it won't work out for you.
That, and I didn't really like that there really wasn't that much of a variety of shades to choose from in eyeshadows with Limelight. Their eyeliner, I'm wearing their eyeliner today. It's amazing. It's like Kat Von D quality, if not better, honestly, in my opinion, and around the same price, if not a few bucks cheaper. I will continue to use it. I will continue to use their foundation and concealer. And their skincare, same thing. I've never loved a skincare line as much as I loved these from Limelight. If there's anything that you need to be gathering right now, is that I love the products that Limelight has, and I love talking to people about them because generally I really like the products. The problem was it was marketed to me as like, this isn't your average MLM, like we're different, and in some ways they were a little different, but for the most part they are the same as Unique. They are the same as Mary Kay. They're the same as Avon. They're the same as Gold Canyon. They're the same.
Yes, because it's an MLM. The Grand Canyon's obviously a candle company, but that's a beauty product. They're all beauty product companies, and they're gonna be very similar. But she didn't really bring any points up that really really mattered or solidified her point of why MLMs are the worst. Just because they're expensive, just because she wasn't trained, or like no one, spoon fed her. Let's go on.
Same as any other multi-level marketing company. They are the same. Basically, you sign up under someone, they make money off of your sales. People are wanting to recruit more people because that's how they move up in the company.
But you didn't even really bring that up. How, like, if that's what frustrated you, so how many people were under you then? Or how many people were on top of you? And how much money were you making? How much money were they making? You're not really bringing any facts, and I don't know.
I knew that going in. Like, this was not a secret to me. Like I was saying earlier with the whole, like, oh, we don't get paid unless we're working too. Like, yeah, that's great. And I don't know if there are other companies who do it that way. That's great in my eyes. But they get people to join in the same exact way that other companies do. It's like, do you want to make extra money? Hey, these products sell themselves. We have training. We have a great community. And we're here to help you and all that stuff. And
That's just how it goes with hiring and having a positive work environment.
I will say that I was in probably, I'm not even kidding, the day I joined Limelight, I was added to, I think, 8, maybe 6 to 8 groups on Facebook, all with training materials, marketing materials, communities of other
Wait, didn't she say at the beginning of this that she wasn't trained at all? But now she's saying that she got 6 to 8 groups. She's like making it sound like it's a lot. With all these training materials, the math ain't mathing, but let's keep on hearing it.
Beauty guides, and that was great to me because I didn't have that with Gold Canyon. So I thought, this is
I see my mistake. So she didn't get any training in Gold Canyon. Okay.
Great. This is the training I want. This is the support I want. And with these people by my side, I can't fail. I did. I think the other thing that drew me into is I was looking into some of the top.
I don't know. So you're mad at them because you failed. Like, even though they had training, you still failed. So Grand Canyon, they didn't have training, you failed. And this new MLM, Limelight, you joined, they had training, but you still failed. And there is no other points of how you got to well, I mean, you did. You said that you just thought it was going to sell itself, and it didn't. You don't just make money.
Top people in the company, some of the people who are making a 6-figure income off of Limelight, a lot of these people don't know how to do their makeup. I'm sitting here watching some of their lives, some of their videos.
Okay, even if they don't know how to do their makeup, maybe they're a good salesperson. And maybe they're a good person. They like talking to people. They've built a community of people that want to buy from them. It doesn't matter about makeup. There's a lot of older ladies that want to learn how to do makeup and learn how to do makeup for older faces. So I don't know. It's just giving a little weird energy.
And they're just slathering stuff all over their face with no rhyme or reason. And I'm like, dude, if they're doing this, how can I fail? I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty good at makeup. I think I'm pretty good at what I do with my face. I thought, this person's making almost $1 million a year doing this. Like, how can I fail? There are some people who are made for MLMs. I'm not one of them. Some people are very good at selling without being pushy. I don't think I'm one of those people. One thing I will say about
yeah, so that's why you didn't cut it in an MLM. And at least she said it herself. She's not cut out for an MLM. So why is she saying MLMs are the worst? Because she's not cut out for it.
Limelight is that the training that I received didn't encourage me to do the cold messaging system, which I wouldn't have done anyway. I think it's really...
So the training didn't make you work. Of course. No one's gonna make you work. No amount of training will make you work if you don't want to work.
Tacky. I think it's really just inconsiderate and rude to cold message people and try to get them to join your team. And Limelight didn't want me to do that. But
when you're, like, for myself, I'm not really a salesperson. It does feel awkward to sell. I've loved making money my whole life, and I've always found ways to make money. But to go out and actually, like, sell things, like, it's always giving me anxiety. I have like made some edibles to go to San Francisco, like, Pride events, and what's over there? And I could not talk to anybody to sell them. So yes, it's only a limit. It's only for people that like to talk to people, that want to work and want to sell.
What they did want me to do was post every day on Facebook, go live every day on Facebook, and gain interest. And then everyone who would comment on my video or ask a question or on my post or whatever, they wanted me to send them a message and follow up with them and try to make a sale.
My baby was crying, so I'm just gonna wind it back about 30 seconds and then start from where we just start back up again.
One thing I will say about Limelight is that the training that I received didn't encourage me to do the cold messaging system, which I wouldn't have done anyway. I think it's really tacky. I think it's really just inconsiderate and rude to cold message people and try to get them to join your team. And Limelight didn't want me to do that. But what they did want me to do was post every day on Facebook, go live every day on Facebook, and gain interest. And then everyone who would comment on my video or ask a question.
Yes, so they wanted you to grow and to work every day. Probably not every single day, but it is a job, and that's the only way we can start making money. But obviously you don't want to do it. It doesn't seem like you're very motivated to do that, and it's not the job for you. That's okay, but you're out here, made a whole channel telling people to support you and going away with these MLMs, but your issues aren't severe enough. It's just you didn't want to work hard, right?
Question or on my post or whatever, they wanted me to send them a message and follow up with them and try to make a sale. To me, that's badgering. That's like bug.
Yes, this is why. This is exactly why people, these are the exact reasons why people fail in multi-level marketing or just selling or any sales job. They don't want to be pushy. For it, that's exactly the same thing with me. I don't want to be pushy, and it makes sense. The people that are pushy make sales.
Bugging people, and I felt really uncomfortable doing that. And I get, like, you're not gonna make a sale without putting yourself out there, but it didn't feel right to me. And while it wasn't as pushy as maybe some of these other MLMs are, it was still pushy. There was a lot of pressure to make sales and be active every month and, you know, blah blah blah, and I never was active.
Okay, it's a sales job, nothing new. It's gonna be pressure. Like I said, I've been a waitress, but I've worked in other sales jobs. I've worked in stores and selling many different. I've worked at shoe stores, clothing stores before I was a waitress, and it's the same thing. As soon as you clock in, they're gonna say, "Okay, this is what I want you to sell. This is what I want you to do." My first job, they told me, you know, they would. This is why I quit it, but they're just like, "Okay, go talk to her and go try to see if they want something and go help them find something." And they also would make us bring some random things to these people that they aren't even looking for, and I felt uncomfortable. No, I'm not gonna, she's not even asking for this, so I'm just gonna be like, "This looks really nice, do you want to take it?" Like, just, and they're like, "No, we just came in here for stockings." The perfect person for that job would be the person that would do that and feel confident doing that.
Once, and there were some months when I did what they told me to do. I went live like at least once a week. I would post every single day about a new product, or talk about things, or post pictures.
So she said that she tried, but it's not sounding like she did anything consistently. She tried a couple times and it didn't seem like anything was probably happening for her, and she was disappointed, so that's why she quit.
Pictures of me using a product, and I started feeling like I was annoying people, and that's not something I want to do, especially when I'm trying to kind of like be on this like social media platform. The last thing I want is people going, oh, she's annoying, unfollow. And that's what was starting to happen. Even some of my close
Yeah, I mean, that does happen. People don't want to see it. I would probably, I mean, it really depends how you're doing it. I mean, you probably just kept on, I don't know exactly what you were doing. You can talk about exactly what you were doing, but maybe you're making the same post several times a day, not being really creative, and maybe people are unfollowing you. Yeah, people don't want to see the same way. You have to be creative with how you sell. It's like posting the same ad a million times in a row. And yeah, it's just the same problem. You felt uncomfortable selling.
His friends were unfollowing me because I was flooding their news feeds with trying to get sales, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. But these companies, Limelight included, they draw you in by saying, do you want to make money from your couch? Work from home, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I had a daughter, and I'm like, okay, well, this is for me. This is what I need to do. I need to be home with my baby. And they all pull on your heartstrings. They want to bring you in with the thought of like, hey, look at this CEO of our company. Look at how much money she's making. Here's this success story, and it's kind of 1 in a million. In Limelight's case,
it's not a 1 in a million. It's you have to keep trying. Savannah, you have to keep trying. I mean, obviously, this is not what you want to do, but the person that's at the top of the company didn't just slap makeup on her face and hope things would sell. She did the work, and now she can chill. It's not 1 in a million. Anyone can make it if they try. You are still slacking to this day, Savannah. By your whole channel, your whole career is based off of this, and you never put it in the work.
Case it was 1 in 10,000, 2 in 10,000 maybe, of these top earners, and I guess that was good enough odds for me because I watched them not knowing a thing about makeup or how to apply it, and I thought, well, you know, if they're doing it, so can I. Sorry, but I mean, I hate to like dash anybody's dreams.
Yes, you were disappointed, and why are you trying to convince the whole world? That's your experience. And this is crazy that you're really pushing this narrative. It's impossible when this was how hard you tried. You tried a couple times, nothing was happening, you weren't making money, and you quit.
From working at home with one of these companies, but the chances of you failing are way higher than you earning 6 figures off of the company that you're joining. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but I mean, that's the truth. There are so many more failures than there are success stories in all of these companies. And the problem is that a lot of these people will be like, well, you're just not trying hard enough. You're not working hard enough. And I'm like, well, I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, chase away my friends? I'm not gonna do that. Some people, I think, who are successful.
No, you would start selling to other people. You would start selling in different locations. Okay, maybe you're losing friends on your Facebook page. You would make an entirely different page, a different group, an Instagram dedicated to you selling. And people that are looking to buy products would find you.
These companies just got lucky. Maybe they got in sooner than everyone else before.
People don't just get lucky, Savannah. I'm seeing a little bit of patterns here, right? With your whole channel. you don't just get lucky, Savannah. Saying your name a lot, but think of it this way. You look at other YouTube channels. They build a following because people like hearing them talk about certain things. And then they switch to a different topic and they are not successful. What do you think is going to happen with your channel when you start talking about other things? Because I don't really know what you would talk about. I mean, maybe you'll think of something, just riding this train, but obviously by your career choice, you are just thinking things are going to happen for you. No, you have to put in the work.
Where the market was saturated with these MLM people, I think it's all luck based. I think it depends on your community, on the people that you're on a platform of, the people you can speak to, the people in your life.
No, it doesn't depend on all of that. It doesn't depend on luck. Wow, it's really crazy hearing her actually say these things out loud. It's not luck. It's really crazy that you would even say that. You weren't a salesperson. You didn't work hard. You are wondering why it just didn't happen to you. And probably to this day wondering why things aren't happening for you. You're taking the lazy way out in every single way. I'm just going to talk about this topic because it gets views. No. You're typecasted on your channel. If anything, you should have been talking about numerous different things instead of just solely talking about this topic. I'm not... Then you would have people actively looking on both of your videos. I don't know, but it just... There's a shelf life on this.
It's different with every person, but I felt like I worked my ass off sometimes and never paid off. I even had a few people say...
She says, I feel I worked hard sometimes. She's giving no examples of her working hard consistently. She said she did a couple things a few times and tried and nothing happened. But what is that? How long did you try exactly? What exactly did you do? What methods did you try? What research did you do? You probably didn't do much.
Say that they would throw parties for me and I would get all set up and get ready to go to their house and like do this presentation, and I think I had 3 or 4 parties fail that didn't even happen because these people invited all their friends. No one wanted to come. Like, it sounds easy to be like, oh, my friends will come. Like, I'll just start with my friends and we'll throw a party and they'll all come. Like, even to my launch party. And I hyped the shit out of my launch party where I had it at my house. I had my upline with me. I think I made like 3 sales that night, maybe. And I only had like less than 10 of my friends show up. No one wants to support MLMs anymore.
No, they didn't want to support you. Now that's a harsh truth, but no, really. The people you invited didn't show up. I don't know. Obviously, your first party is not going to be your most positive experience. You're learning the ropes. But it's not the company's fault. No one wanted to show up because you didn't convince them enough.
It sucks to admit that, but no one does because they have this stigma. And Limelight tried to tell me that they weren't like that, but you know what? They sure as shit are. They are. I'm sorry, they are. Maybe the community's a little better. Maybe there's more training materials, more knowledge given in the Limelight community. But when it comes down to it, actually...
She says she got the training. She said there were 6 to 8 different pages with training materials. Did she read them? She doesn't say in this video she read them.
Making the sales is not easy. And if you have a community of women who look at you and go...
Hold on, let me add to this. No one is going to make you do anything in life. No one is going to get you the things that you want in life but yourself.
Oh, okay, well, you look nice and I want to look nice too. Congratulations, like, you're lucky. There are so many makeup products out there right now. There's so many great drugstore items. Like, I probably buy more stuff from the drugstore these days than I do from Sephora or Ulta. And it's because drugstores are stepping their shit up and it's way cheaper. I mean, no shade on Sephora. I love Sephora. I love going in there, but like so many things I can't afford and it hurts my heart every time I go in there. I hate to like shit on this.
I don't know, I just keep on, like, she talks about money a lot. I've seen a lot of her videos, and she just makes, like, everything seem really expensive. You are the problem. You don't have money. Why you keep on making, you can't afford things.
This company, but they have great products, but their sales incentives, their business ethics, they're all pretty much the same as any other MLM. They're not different. Sorry, but they're not. I mean, I ended up leaving after like 8 months. Honestly, I'd probably...
So she only tried for 8 months. That's not enough to learn how to sell, and she never said that she did anything active. So yeah, money just doesn't make itself.
Have stayed if not for the fact that it was costing me $10 a month to keep my website open with them, and I wasn't even making $10 a month. And then there's a yearly...
You hear that, right? She couldn't even make $10 a month. So she wasn't a good salesperson. So why is this conversation even happening? Does she not hear herself?
Fee of $75, and it's January now. I'm coming up on April. I was not ready to give them another $75 after I had spent, I think, almost $200 on their starter kit. That's what it costs to join the company. See, that's the thing, is that, like, I think
it didn't cost that to join the company. It cost that to get the products to sell. Like, why would you join a company and not buy any products? You don't have anything to sell. Okay, did you sell those?
I think a lot of these companies make money off of you giving them money to start your business, and then you...
No, you got the product and you gave them the money, and they gave you that product at wholesale price so you can make your commissions or your money off of it. It's not, you're not getting anything for it.
You fail and they're just like, well, I have your money now. That was another thing. So like I said,
no, you had the products. Did they take them back when you quit? This is crazy.
Spent $200 to get into the company, and I had a ton of people like, oh, you'll make your money back in 2 weeks. And like a bunch of people, a lot of people from the company added me on Facebook, and a lot of them were commenting on all my videos and things like that, and like talking up the products and stuff. And that's great. That's a great community, and that's great support to have. But on the other side of things, you can't trust anybody, because like you don't really know who you're talking to anymore. You could go on someone else's...
What? I don't know, she just seems like there's a little bit of a negative outlook on life.
Picture, and someone would be like, oh, that eyeshadow's so beautiful. Like, they could be with the company too, trying to get you sales. Like, they could be your upline, and if you make a sale, they get compensation for it. MLMs.
That is not how it works. If you are the person selling it, it doesn't... What?
Are generally pretty dishonest. They don't have the best business ethics. They're trying to tell you that if you...
She just said that everybody was being really nice to her. That was a really good community. And then she says that there's bad ethics. What are the bad ethics?
Put the work in, then it's gonna pay off. Like, I made my own reward system with people who would book parties with me. I would give them free gifts based on what they sold, and I came up with that system myself. I made my own pamphlets. I did all this stuff. I bought business cards. I handed them out to people. I annoyed the shit out of my Facebook, out of every social media outlet I had. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done. And I'm good at makeup. There are people who are doing this and they're not good at makeup at all. Like I said.
Okay, how are you displaying the makeup? Were you doing tutorials? I don't. How are you promoting the product is what I want to know. Because you're not saying that. You're saying that's the main way to sell it, is by displaying how it works. Where are you going instead of, okay, and then you're saying that you were just selling on Facebook Live. What else? I mean, you just handed out some things, posted some things, and good thing you did that yourself. That shows initiative. But I feel like it does take a little bit more than that, which would be displaying the product. How were you doing that?
I think it just comes down to your social network. If you have a great platform, by all means, go for it. But seems
yeah, so you didn't have your network, which is a you problem, but you built a network marketing.
as though I don't. But it's also harder because the market is so saturated right now. Not only with people selling makeup products like this, but also just with makeup products you can go to the store and buy. There's so many products.
There are so many products, but you have to be smart about it. If I were to sell makeup, there are a lot of people my age that already know what they like, but there are a lot of people that don't know what they like. Maybe I'd even go with older people because they want to learn how to do makeup. They didn't have the makeup that we had, so, and they don't even know how to apply it. And there's different ways from applying it for a young person to an old person. Personally, I would target older people. You just gotta think of it. And a lot of them don't know the products, and really may not have, like, want to invest the time in doing it and have the money.
Like, you don't have to commit to these MLMs for the most part. The only reason I say that, I'm gonna keep using some of Limelight's products is because they are different and I haven't found anything like them. I'm not trying to discourage you from buying Limelight's products because they're honestly great. I'm just discouraging you from joining not only Limelight but any MLM because they're generally all the same. Some of them have free startup costs, like, so you don't have to pay them a bunch of money to start your business with them. I don't know how those work, and maybe that is fine. Limelight's not like that, and I felt like I gave money to a company who didn't exactly have my best interest in mind, and that sucks to admit, but I guess
she was only there for 8 months. She only gave $200. She didn't really try, and now she doesn't want you to because it's not that easy.
the main point I want to make here is they're all kind of the same. Limelight's no different from any of the other MLMs. They're just not, and I wish I could say they were, but they're not, so that's why I quit. And I will never, ever, ever join another MLM. I mean, unless the structure of these things...
I'll just talk about them all day, every day, and make my whole friend group around them, a whole community around them. But the whole basis was I didn't put in the work.
Things change. It's just not for me. And I don't know very many people that this business is for. It's kind of dishonest, and I don't like that in a company. I didn't necessarily feel valued there, so that's it. I guess I just wanted to share my experience because this kind of video wasn't out.
I guess it's okay for you to personally feel like you weren't valued, but again, what made you valuable? You're not giving any important information in this video that would make me think that you were valuable. Just plain and simple. I'm just telling you how it is. I just want to say things how they are. No extra, no sugarcoating it. This is what it is.
Out when I first joined Limelight, I want this video to be out, so maybe it'll deter people from wasting their money. Unless you really feel like you can do it and my story doesn't relate to your life at all, then fine, go for it. But I thought I had everything going for me, and I didn't, and most people don't. Anyway, thank you for listening. I know this is long and ranty. This was important for me to talk about, so I will see you guys next time.
Okay, another one in the box, in the vault. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. I mean, she didn't know what she was doing, and now I think she got like a little bit of views probably. I don't know exactly what motivated her to make this video, because it was 4 years ago. But there must have been a little trend going on. If you look at her channel, she's done every trend, and especially around that area. I mean, around that time. And yeah, I don't really know, but I don't know why you just make a whole video being sad about a job you barely tried to work at. But we'll just keep rolling with the punches. Next!